Hello everybody, it's February the 12th, it's Parish Noticeboard time. Now, for this week's Guess Where I Am, take a look at this. We are in a ruined church, and it's quite an interesting local tourist attraction for this village. Anyone know where this is? If you do, put your answers right down there. And if you want another clue for Guess Where I Am, this church was replaced by another one, which is directly opposite. There it is. And that is something of a tourist attraction as well. All the slabs you can see in between the two buildings are gravestones which had to be dug up to accommodate the space for this church to be built. Some 20,000 people had to be moved from their resting places in order for that church to be constructed. Some of them are actually in the houses around here. Some gravestones never even made it this far. They're in some of the properties you can see around. So yeah, that's another clue for you. Okay, so for the rest of this Parish Noticeboard episode, I've reverted into the car. I'm in a car park at a local superstore. It's quite windy outside. This is probably the best place to do it. Okay, so the first thing of note, of course, is this new car. Get used to the inside of it if you've not seen it already. It's a silver Mazda. A TS2, I think it is. I'm not totally sure of the model because I'm not a big car person. Obviously, I mentioned this last week. If you watched the Bottisford episode, you will have seen this car because I showed it to you in that episode. And yeah, this is the one you'll see me driving around in from now on. So hopefully this one's going to be around for quite a long time. It's already had to deal with some interesting streets and some interesting locations, shall we say, and it's got plenty more to go underneath its tyres before this one departs me. Hopefully, like I say, it's going to be around for a long time. So yeah, the silver Mazda is going to be part of the TVI setup now. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about is to do with the Kirk Ella episode, which is coming out next week. Now, I haven't actually filmed Kirk Ella yet. I've still to go and do it. I'm going to go on Tuesday. I'll tell you more about that in the coming week section at the end. But because I haven't filmed it, the montage at the end of this notice board will have like a gap where Kirk Ella is supposed to be. So yeah, there'll just be a couple of pictures that come up. I don't really know much about it, if I'm being honest with you, so I can't really sort of tell you what the best bits are. But as such, I'll find them out on Tuesday. So yeah, the montage at the end will look a bit weird, but I just thought I'd let you know, just in case you found it a little bit odd. Okay, so the next thing is to do with a suggestion that came out of the parish meeting which we had on Monday, and it's to do with YouTube shorts. Now, if you're not totally sure what a short is, they are literally just short videos that I think are less than 3 minutes long. You record them with your phone as opposed to with any other camera or anything like that, and you do it portrait as opposed to landscape. And the idea was to make a short series, basically giving you like little snippets, little updates of what's going on. This all came about thanks to my little video telling you that the Bottisford meetup, whatever, had been rescheduled, and I was stood in my kitchen with the little light under the vestibule. And I sort of thought, well, that's not a bad idea. We could potentially do that, you know, record a short every now and again, just to give people like tiny little snippets of what we're doing on that day. And I thought the best thing to do with this is to trial it on the mega trip, which is coming up in a couple of weeks' time. So every single day during the mega trip, all 5 of them, I'll record a short every morning telling you where we're going and what we're doing and where we've been and what's happening, basically, and we'll see if it works. Now, the name for this series was called Kitchen Confessions in the meeting. That was the suggestion. I think I'm going to go with a different name, because obviously I won't necessarily be in my kitchen. I'll be in a hotel room on the mega trip mostly. I'll come up with another name before this is a thing, but Kitchen Confessions is what was suggested during the parish meeting, which I thought was quite good. But yeah, it's a good idea, and I think it gives you that bit of sort of, it puts you in touch with what I'm doing on a daily basis. So we'll go with that. I think it's a good suggestion. If anyone's got any other suggestions like that out there, please do let me know, because I will listen to them all and I will act on them if I think they're good enough. So yeah, look out for the shorts coming soon. Okay, and that leaves us with the coming week. So as I mentioned earlier, I'm going to Kirk Ella on Tuesday this week, which is just outside Hull. I'll be doing Rowley, or is it Rowley? Don't know how to pronounce that one, which is next to it as well. Main village in that one is Little Wheaton. A lot of people have been asking for Little Wheaton in the East Riding. So yes, you're finally going to get your episode in 2 weeks' time. I'm doing those two on Tuesday, and only those two. And I'm back into the East Riding on Friday, and I'll be into York as well. I'm going to redo the day that was supposed to happen 2 weeks ago when I was doing Stamford Bridge, Catton, Holtby and Merton. If you remember, I forgot my batteries. So I'm doing those on the 17th, this coming Friday. And that's it. That's all I'm doing next week. And of course, the week after, it's the mega trip, and I'll talk more about that in next week's Parish Notice Board. If you haven't been following me and you don't know where we're going on the trip, I will go over it all again. I'm excited for the mega trip, I really am, and it's going to be good, because I'm going to be using this car. Originally, the plan was to hire a car for this, because obviously it's a big trip. But seeing as we have this new car that hasn't got any problems, touch wood, we can use this. So yeah, bring on the mega trip. I'm very excited for it. And that's been this week's Parish Notice Board. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next week. I've been Andy, also known as the Village Idiot, and this is what's coming up this week. I'm out.